Hi, I'm Millar, and this is my presentation of learning. At the beginning of the year, I didn't like school. I hated any idea of school. Everything about school I didn't like. The teachers, learning. I just wanted to be somewhere else, thinking of something else, anything. But I did like projects. When my teachers gave me projects, I really liked it instead of like essays and other things. In science, I like hands-on activities, experiments, researching anything about science. I actually like science, but I was still bored. I fell asleep many times. And then when my teachers gave me the assignment, I didn't know what I was doing because I wouldn't pay attention. But this year, one of my favorite things was infographics. I'm still trying to perfect my infographics, even though that infographic is very informational, very boring. So I still need people to want to read it, even though it has a lot of information that is important about the disease. And I really like infographics because you need a lot of little information to make your infographic well. And demonstrating work with infographic information, like you have to be able to put pictures on effectively to describe what you're talking about. So the movement, balance, and talking, that picture is describing the guy who can't do any of those things. But I already talked about it being interesting. I still need to work on that. Biology, I really like this topic. I like the human body and genes, and I think that is very interesting to me. But I have always liked science, and I have always thought of something I would have gone into. This year, hands-on activities really interested me, like building. They're really fun. They get you really involved. Even though you think you're not learning, you're learning. And they're fun, so you're always interested in doing them. And this year, example of that was aquaponics. Even though I wasn't a builder, I still got to build because I was a contractor. So I liked how the process of building, and also the worm bin. We got to work with a lot of power tools. It's always fun. And hands-on activities, I'd rather be outside doing something than stuck in an office all day, because that's just not my thing. Sports, I've always liked sports. I played soccer since I was 3. I always like being outside and competition. I hate losing at anything. And that shows in sports. You always have to dig deep and have heart. And I always thought making a lot of money and being pro for some huge Spanish or German team would be amazing. And you'd be like Ronaldo, where everybody knows you around the world. But even though I want to do that, I know like there's millions of other players, so I don't think I could make it. But this year I also liked field trips because again, we're out of the classroom. And the Colo Patches, the Shark Tank, and Coconut Island were all good experiences. I really liked Shark Tank because it was a real life experience. And you got to talk to real life people that have been successful. I like Colo Patches because you get to learn, you're outside, and it's fun because it's hands-on. Coconut Island, you got to also be outside and you're learning, at the same time, and you get to do many projects also while you're there, and it's all shoved into one day, and that's really fun too. What I want to be is kind of a combination of all the things that I talked about: biology, hands-on, and soccer. I know I'm not good enough to make it pro, and I really like biology and the human body, and I would like to study like anatomy and hands-on activities. So I was thinking I could be an orthopedic surgeon, which is more sports related, and I could be a sports doctor, which like I could do casts. I could like tell the players what was wrong with them, if they had like a broken leg or if they pulled something, and that's really interesting to me because it combines all the things that I really like. Conclusion, I really liked MPX because it took us outside, it had hands-on activities, it even involved competition. And real life instances, IB doesn't let you have these that much because you're always inside a classroom looking into a textbook, but both have advantages. Real life, it teaches you how to communicate with people, but I really like that. And attitude towards school, I always enjoy coming to school now because all my friends are in the same class, and learning is more fun when it's put into things you like infographics and hands-on activities. Oh, thank you.
Kind of.
You talked about all the things that you like in MTech, but what are the things that you didn't really like?
I never talked about much English. English is always boring to me, but you always need it. So English is not a weak point, but it's always boring to me. So.
Question? Kind of.
At Coconut Island, what was your favorite activity?
My favorite activity was when we got to take a half-liter bottle and put tin foil and shine the flashlight and capture plankton, and then we went into the classroom and got to see the little plankton swimming around under a microscope.
That's always neat. Yeah, plankton.
Okay, so you said that you want to be an orthopedic surgeon, and to do this you probably have to get a good SAT score, so are you worried about your SATs, or do you think MTX is better than that?
I kind of worry due to one of the big things, which is math, and in college, you don't have a good math, that always holds you back. I think that it's preparing me very well, but some things still need work in the program.
No, back up. Working on Brent's question. So say you feel like there's some areas that they're weak in. What are you gonna do about it?
This program, it's more self-reliant, and you have to want to learn, and you have to push your own education. So when a teacher gives you work, you can't just wait for him to give you the answers. You have to do your research and want to learn about anatomy or any subject.
That's a pretty powerful connection you're making, though, Josh. You have to understand this, okay? Is that you have a goal. You want to be this person, and you're starting to put together about what you need to do to get there. Not many students do that. They take that personal. I don't know. I'm blank on the word. You know what I mean? They take ownership of themselves. Okay. I understand it's a pretty powerful idea you have there. Any more questions, guys? what did you struggle with the most this year?
This what? This year?
What did you, yeah.
In the beginning, I was really off task, and I didn't understand the idea of MBX and how it's self-reliant. I was so used to IB in middle school, how they just give you worksheets to do, and I just fill them out, and that really showed on my grades. So, and then I got a beating, and then, but then I got like a big talk to, and you know, this education is good, and I have to want to learn, and that was pretty much my biggest struggle, which was in the beginning of the year. I didn't really understand yet what I had to do to be successful.
Okay. Any last questions? Okay, take a few minutes to do your comment forms, please.